Is it possible to survive in Israel in 2021? Hi, my name is Claude Massey, and I'm like your big brother here in Israel. If you're thinking about moving to Israel, if you already live in Israel, and you want some updates and some opinions about the country, then subscribe down below and hit the thumbs up on this video before we even begin. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the first and most important thing, which is being able to find a place to live. Can you find a place to live in Israel? Absolutely yes. There are many, many places across the country. Now let's talk about a very specific thing, which is, of course, this day and age where, well, you know, the economies are shrinking all over the world. So many people are unemployed. It's incredible. I'll tell you what. Yes, you can find a place to live in Israel. It doesn't have to be in the center of the country. It doesn't have to be Tel Aviv or in Jerusalem. There are so many different cities across this country that you can afford to live in. So yes, as far as survival is concerned, without question, you can find a place to live. If you go around the country, you're going to see those huge cranes that are building apartments. So actually, if I was to take a look around me, I would say that the housing economy is booming. As far as surviving in Israel and finding a place to live, it is totally possible. Another key element to you being able to survive in Israel in 2021 is going to be able to find a job. You might not speak Hebrew. You might be fluent in Hebrew. The question is, can you find a job in Israel in 2021? It's a fact. You're going to need a job. But I want you to know something before you move to Israel. This is not an easy thing to do right now in 2021. Now, because as I mentioned earlier, the economies are shrinking all over the world and the Israeli economy is dependent heavily on tourism. No tourism going on right now in 2021 for sure. Matter of fact, the Ben Gurion airport is completely closed, basically, to any forms of tourism. You'll have to stay updated on that because it changes from week to week as far as tourism is concerned. But I'll tell you, it is hard to find a job in Israel in 2021. Economy is smaller. Many more people unemployed. Many more people looking for jobs. What you'll find if you enter the job marketplace is that, yes, you can find a job, but the competition is going to be very high. So the key thing you'll need to do is probably look around this channel, this YouTube channel, for other tips on how to find a job in Israel, because I get very specific into tools and tips and techniques you can use and you're looking for a job. It's crazy, right? I've been here for over 12 years. The world has changed so much. Israel has changed so much. And what I can tell you is it is much harder to find a job. So you'll have to deal with it. You'll have to adjust and move with it. Go over to my website, claudemasseyconsulting.org, and go over to the free downloads. Download some of that stuff. It'll help you. Trust me, it'll help you. It's completely free. So we've talked about two elements. Finding a place to live. Is it possible? Yes. Finding a job. Is it possible? Yes. Is it hard? Absolutely yes right now in 2021. Let's go on to the third topic. What comes to your mind when you think of the word survival? When I think of survival, I think of almost a third world country energy to it, where you're having to scrape and struggle. And that's what is true. It's happening in Israel. People are scraping and struggling nowadays. It's happening where you're at. People are scraping and struggling nowadays. However, when you think of survival, what does it mean to you? And if it means the same thing that it means to you that it means to me, then it doesn't matter where you're at. Survival is the necessity that you have within you. And I believe with all of my heart that you can survive in Israel in 2021. And you can survive anywhere in the world in 2021. If you know what the word survival means to you, and you are a survivor, Nothing can stop you. Stay tuned for the next video. Have a great afternoon. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. What should I make the next video about? I'll talk to you soon.